Hi everyone! Almost all of us have a certain talent. Some can count very quickly, some are good swimmers, and some can wiggle their ears. But the people we're going to tell you about today are in a league of their own. One can hardly believe they are real human beings and not some members of X-Men. Well, who knows? Maybe some of them will eventually join a team of superheroes. Let's find out. Hasna Mohammed Masalmani. Remember Emma Frost, a mutant who can transform into an organic diamond state? Turns out she has a real-life counterpart from Lebanon, named Hasna Mohammed Musamani. Well, she can't actually transform fully, but her tears are made of real crystals. Her story begins in March 1996. The girl was at school when she felt something strange in her left eye. Turns out it was a shard of a real crystal, which seemingly appeared out of nowhere. When Hasna got back home, she told her parents about this miraculous occurrence. While she was doing so, the second piece of crystal appeared in her eye, so the parents had to believe her. Her father took her to the city of Chittora to see an ophthalmologist. Hasna stayed in his clinic for 2 weeks, and the crystals kept flowing out of her eye. The doctor confirmed that the pieces were real crystals and said he could provide no scientific explanation of the phenomenon. In a single day, the girl could cry up to 20 of such crystals. Thankfully, it's not painful for her, as the crystals are covered with a jelly-like membrane. At first, the tears are completely transparent, but in just a couple of seconds, they turn white and become razor-sharp. Yes, these are not exactly diamonds, but just imagine having something like that in your eye. Daniel Tammet. You will probably call us liars if we say there is a man who speaks 12 languages, including the one he created himself, runs complex calculations in his mind and figures out cube roots quicker than a calculator. But such a man does exist. Meet Daniel Tammet. When he was 4, he suffered from severe epileptic seizures, which apparently affected his mind. Since that moment, he could run complex mathematical calculations in his mind, operating numbers with over 100 digits. This is actually a piece of cake for him. He once managed to learn an entirely new language in just a week. But numbers are definitely his realm. He sees them everywhere. He even associates each number with some image. Daniel is diagnosed with a savant syndrome, a condition in which someone with significant mental disabilities demonstrates certain abilities far in excess of average. While he is undoubtedly a genius, some mundane things present a real challenge for him, like shopping or going for a walk, because numbers accompany him everywhere and he just has to count them all. Paul Edward Anderson. Few now remember Paul Anderson, but he was quite popular in his time. His rise to fame was meteoric fast. Only 3 years after he started working out, he set several world records at the International Weightlifting Contest of 1955. 1 year later, he won an Olympic gold medal, but then quit the professional sport because the tournaments exerted too much physical and emotional pressure for his liking. He started giving different weightlifting and strength exhibitions in various US cities, and these shows were a success. Anderson's strength was off the charts. He was once able to lift 6,270 pounds from the ground. This phenomenal feat was registered in a Guinness Book of Records. Vijay Sharma. For your own safety, do not try to recreate these flexibility feats by Vijay Sharma, or you may risk trauma. This man's stunning flexibility earned him a nickname, Rubber Man, and he really deserved it. His story began in 1999 when Vijay discovered his amazing flexibility during the martial arts lessons. But he's not just flexible. Vijay really pushes his body to its limits. For example, he can easily bend his leg up to 180 degrees forward to take a sip of Coke, holding the can with his toes. He can also wind his arms around his back and then wrap them around his waist. Seriously, don't try this at home. Aside from having an extraordinarily bendable body, the Rubber Man leads a pretty ordinary life. He works at the store and sometimes performs at different TV shows. Stephen Wiltshire. We already mentioned a savant syndrome today, so meet yet another genius with this condition. Stephen was only 3 years old when the doctors noticed he was different from other kids of his age. At the age of 5, he was sent to a school in London where he expressed interest in drawing. At this age, he still couldn't talk. He uttered his first word, paper, only at school. Turns out the young artist has a phenomenal memory, and he can look at a subject once and then draw an accurate and detailed picture of it. When Stephen turned 11, the BBC channel invited him to fly in a helicopter over the Thames. Over the next 5 days, he drew the panorama of London in fine detail on a 13-feet canvas. The picture was as precise as a photo. There are around 25 people like Stephen on our planet, and scientists still struggle to unlock the secrets behind their talents. No wonder his works are so valuable. Ni Yongbing. Ni Yongbing is an elderly Chinese man with a truly bizarre talent. He can inflate the tires using his nose. He is lightning fast. It takes him around 20 minutes to inflate 4 tires. He holds a rubber nose to his nostrils and blows as hard as he can. He can go on like that until the tires explode. Ni discovered his unusual ability after a doctor told him blowing up balloons with his nose would improve his health. But it seems balloons were not challenging enough, and the 63-year-old Chinese switched to tires. Well, this is it for today. Do you have any amazing abilities? Share them in the comments below, and see you soon!